are back just to say we're going to scoot out of here for SEC now in baseball and softball. The softball final week of the regular season. Don't forget the softball tournament next week. We'll see you in just a moment on the other side.
Regular season about to get going. Actually already underway. Location coming up in half an hour. It'll happen in Austin, Texas, and Arkansas. Tegan Cabana the Horns taking on the Razorbacks. Much more on that in Austin momentarily.
What a sweep. What a moment. Excitement is an understatement.
SEC Now is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Yes, you never know what's in sight. You saw all the walk-offs there and more storylines on this final regular season weekend. Like Oklahoma, who can clinch the outright regular season title with a win. And, of course, Kendall Wells chasing home run history. Florida, Bama, Texas, Texas A&M, Tennessee, and Arkansas. 6 teams that are all still fighting for a top 4 spot in a double bye in Lexington at the SEC tournament next week. The top 9 seeds will not have to play day 1. LSU and Georgia in line as well, coming in for that single bye as well. So we've got plenty to get into. We are here. 1 weekend to go. 2 games separate Oklahoma from both Florida and Alabama. Texas and Texas A&M still mathematically there. When we're talking about shares and top 4 seeds and how important that is. This is the rest of the way. Again, Kentucky finished with their regular season. They are not playing anybody this weekend. Their stadium will be the same again. Next week's SEC tournament starting Tuesday. With that, we say welcome in Darino Katori Dallas. How fun is it? Last weekend of the regular, right? Been a long ride, I'm sure. But what are you most excited for right now?
I mean, just all the good softball being played. Like you mentioned, how many teams are still in contention for a bye, even possibly clinching the SEC. So a lot of things are riding on these wins and losses this weekend. I'm ready for some great softball leading into the SEC tournament.
All right, we're going to get you out to a massive game here in half an hour. It takes place at the Red John McCombs Field in Austin. Huge series. Texas, Arkansas firing up top of the hour, and you're going to get Matt Schumacher and you're going to get Amanda Scarborough on the call. And Scarb joins us right now. These are 2 of the top 3 teams in the country in RPI. They both know they're playing for a very high seed potentially. But what about this series this weekend has you most excited?
I think how similar both of these teams are, not just in RPI, but in the way that they pitch and the way that they hit. Like when I was looking and preparing for this series, Arkansas and Texas are so close. And they've even lost to the same teams as well in SEC play. So to me, you're still playing for the top of the SEC and for the double bye that you guys were talking about in terms of SEC standings. But I think you're playing for a little bit of pride. Both of these teams have been through the ringer in terms of teams that they played. Arkansas has the number 2 strength of schedule within their SEC play. And Texas has just been on a span of about 15 games of playing ranked opponents. They had Kentucky last weekend, but we'll have to, of course, play Arkansas now. So I think that both of these teams are just looking to play some good softball at the end of the season and going into the postseason, feeling the best about themselves and challenging themselves against a ranked team. And somebody's got to win this series. They've played challenging schedules. Somebody has to win and feel really good about themselves going into the postseason. Amanda, Texas is the reigning national champion. Arkansas still looking to get over that hump to make it to the World Series. What can you say about having that experience in the postseason, and how big do you think that shows up in a series like this? Yeah, I think that it's absolutely huge, Tori, and I think that Texas has proven to be a team that has had a little bit of a roller coaster at times the past couple years where they might lose some games in April, but this Texas team, because they're so talented, they're so experienced, it just seems like they turn it on whenever it matters the most. And I don't know what it is about them where they kind of struggle at times. Maybe it's just their SEC schedule, with the way that it plays out in the month of April, or just going through the SEC bowls because everybody gets so tired. But at the end of the day, the experience, the senior class that Texas has, that has been through Women's College World Series finals, winning a national championship, playing in a ton of super regionals, experience matters so much, especially with Caban in the Super Bowl race, Atwood back behind the plate. I mean, this is just a core group that knows how to win, and I think that we see that. And for Arkansas, I think that they're still trying to figure out that identity of what it feels like to consistently win big games, especially when the pressure is on in the month of May. We've seen them struggle at times to win super regionals. Of course, they've never made it to the Women's College World Series. The last 3 super regionals they've played in, they were hosting, and they couldn't get out of it. And good fact for you guys, the last time that these two teams played was in the 2022 Arkansas Super Regional, whenever Texas was unseeded and they went into Fayetteville and beat Arkansas. So a little bit of history behind what these two teams do.
Man, it feels like every year we get a great matchup with Arkansas, but this year I feel like it could be a year that maybe they do get over that hump, and a lot of it comes down to the seniors, like you mentioned. A very balanced offense, but Dakota Kennedy has been a really big part of this offense. What would it mean for the Razorbacks to get her back into this lineup moving forward?
Well, big alert. She is in the starting lineup tonight, so this is breaking news because they have been without her. She got hurt in the Oklahoma series whenever Matt and I were actually calling that one. It was devastating. I think she got hurt in game 1 of that of the OU series whenever they were playing in Norman. And you know, Tori, that just takes a toll. She is a leader on their team. She's only been here for a year. She transferred from Arizona, but what she brings to this team in terms of the way that her teammates respect her, they look up to her, how clutch she's been in big offensive moments. She plays a great left field. Like, she has a great glove. She won't be playing in the field today, but she'll just be hitting. So breaking news that she'll be hitting for them, a huge addition to their lineup. This is a Arkansas lineup that is great at execution, station to station, doesn't have as much power as what you see in Texas's lineup. So the fact that she's going to be hitting, she brings that extra power back to their lineup. And I just love to see, just a softball fan, I think that everybody was wondering when she would get back into the lineup, and it is tonight against Texas. I'm sure Arkansas fans are just so excited to see her in the starting lineup tonight.
No doubt about it. And again, we know we're going to be in Lexington, Kentucky next week for the SEC tournament. And there's so many really high quality teams. When we get through this thing, how many teams, Scarps, would not surprise you if they were holding up that SEC trophy?
Yeah, that's a great question, Dory. I'd say probably 5 or 6. I mean, I kind of feel that way about the national championship too, in terms of, I feel like it's just wide open, and the SEC tournament feels that way as well. And I know you're going to love to hear this, but I feel like I've seen so much OU this season, the way that their pitchers have progressed and gotten better and better as the season has gone on, and the depth of their pitching staff. I feel like OU has a great shot of winning the SEC tournament, no matter if they win the regular season title or not this weekend. OU is a team that obviously can score a lot of runs, and they play great defense, but what surprised me the most in watching them through March, April, and now into May is just the development of their pitching staff and how much stronger they've gotten since the beginning of the season.
She is Amanda Scarborough, and she is on the call with Matt Schumacher of the first game of our doubleheader tonight. Texas hosting Arkansas. Scar's, good to see you. Thank you. All right. She knows how to make friends with me, Alec. You noticed that. All right, here's what's happening right now, by the way. Florida and Georgia, these two are... Wow, how about this timing? Oh, wait, I just gave it away here. Hang on, we might be...
Dari can actually tell you.
No, I don't. Tell them, look out. Something is going to happen, but actually not right here. I just kind of gave something. Well, you know what? We're just a little tiny bit behind here.
Just a smidge.
We're just because we want to talk about the magnitude of the series for both teams, right? Georgia coming off of the sweep at Oklahoma, Florida right there, 2 games behind us, who still with a chance to get a conference championship.
Yeah, and Georgia played well last weekend against OU. The game results may not have shown that, but these dogs can hit the ball. And I think you see them constantly put together quality outings in all 3 facets of the game. When you talk about their pitching, Randy Rolling has been great. Fisher had a really great second outing of the weekend, really coming back and kind of setting the tone. When she keeps the ball down and on the corners, she's really hard to barrel up, and you know their hitters are likely to go young
yard at any moment in the game. Well, Georgia right now, 1 out in the bottom of the third. And you heard. And they've got pop.
Yeah, they do.
Not unlike their baseball squad, who leads America with home runs. J.D. Goodwin here. The Gators, again, just 2 games out of first. Goodwin got that one. So this one to right field doesn't have enough. It sure does. We started this just a minute or so behind, so we glance at the TV. You get my reaction because I haven't seen it on another TV. But here it is. Great start there for Georgia at home. You look at these 2 teams in the NCAA tournament. How dangerous can each of them be?
I mean, just the swing right here for Shorty Goodwin, they call her Shorty. And I mean, they to me are teams that you cannot afford to make multiple mistakes because they will make you pay, and that's for both of them. So both pitching staffs are going to have to be really sharp this weekend. Florida can swing it. Georgia can swing it, obviously, with that swing right there. But both teams, I think, are trending upwards, and I think have a good shot going into the SEC tournament to get a little bit more confidence. But for me, it's going to come down to the offensive execution because both are really solid on defense as well.
This game over on SEC Network Plus. It is a really, really busy night on SEC Network Plus. Again, we've got 7 games total. One of them starts at 9 Eastern, and that's Oklahoma, Texas A&M. We've got that one for you here, but let's dive into Florida a little bit here. All the experience they have, right? I mean, and that's obviously significant, including in the circle with Keegan Rothrock. Who's the driving force in determining how far they can go?
I think it will be Keegan Rothrock because she is their ace, right? She has 160 innings pitched this season alone. So knowing that it's all going to fall on her shoulders, and Ava Brown got injured early in the conference season, so she hasn't been in the circle. She has been swinging the bat, but she's been a big missing puzzle piece. But I will say, in place of her, Olivia Miller has really stepped up for the Gators and been kind of like a go-to arm for them. But truly, I think if they can get Ava Brown back, don't know if we'll have her back for that series, but if they do get her back, I could see that taking them really far into the postseason.
Getting closer to getting you out to Austin for the Arkansas-Texas series opener. Again, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and College Station here when that one is over. Your top storylines of this final regular season weekend. Tori going to tell us what those are. And again, how about the 24 home runs of Katie Stewart, a single-season Texas record. She set that last week. Queen of the Bat Slam, leading the Horns against the Hogs in 20.
SEC Now is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the SEC.
Rising prices that you need to win. T-Mobile customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T. Our experience plans include amazing benefits like top streaming services on us, free dash pass by DoorDash, and a fun tour. Oh yeah, and a 5-year price guarantee, so you can tip the scales in your favor. Switch to T-Mobile and you'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
Coffee spikes your cortisol?
Yeah, but it's good for your liver.
Pro tip, magnetic hydration.
Cardio rules muscle gain.
Standing ruins your knees. Sleep is overrated.
Did you know that with Walmart Express Delivery, prescriptions come in as fast as an hour? Sometimes nature heals. But not all the time. The more you thought you knew is now new.
Hey, have you heard about this prediction market, Kalshi?
Yeah, let you trade on anything from sports to culture.
What about UFO sightings?
Yeah, that too. Why?
and they will win if they will
Thanks for meeting me here. Usually not an interweb dating guy. Barely ever use this phone computer. Unless it's to bundle my insurance.
Same, I hate this thing, but it's true. You can save hundreds bundling with Liberty.
Only paying for what you need.
You want
So what you gonna do? You're gonna take your favorite salad and you stuff it in
John Clark Stadium in Lexington. Quiet this weekend. Kentucky's finished up their regular season. It'll be quiet next week, folks. That is the site of the SEC tournament. The last one before at least a 4 years. At a neutral site there in Huntsville, Madison, Alabama area. But it all begins Tuesday. Live from Lexington, starting with the SEC now 12:30 Eastern Time. 3 games Tuesday, 4 Wednesday, 4 Thursday, and on we go. With full coverage right here on the SEC Network. I can't wait. This is going to be so fun.
Best time of the year, really.
So fun. We're in my blue just to honor the SEC. All right, here you go. Top 5 storylines of this final regular season weekend. Let's start down at the bottom.
Yep, bottom going up. Number 5 for me is Arkansas. Can they find their offense? Last weekend, it took a little bit of time for them to get going. They scored 4 runs in the first game, but it took them until the 5th inning to make those runs happen. So you heard me in starters talking about getting Dakota Kennedy back. That's going to be a huge piece of this lineup. But they do have a lot of firepower. They can beat you in a lot of different spots, but it's a matter of putting together those situational at-bats and figuring out how to push those runs across. It's going to be really important. We are going with Missouri. For me, this is a big weekend for them because you have to go 500 to qualify for the NCAA postseason, and they may still this weekend against Tennessee if they want to not have to be in a sticky situation once they get to the tournament, right? So it's not out of the question, but you never know what can happen at the SEC tournament. They did go on a run back in 2023. I remember casting a show about their next year. They're not straight or deep as the SEC tournament, but it's going to be a tough one for them if they don't get
Let me
there.
ask you this. I know what conference they're in, so that helps them. Here, let's see if they finish at 500. Are they a tournament team?
I think so. I think they're a lot better than their record shows. They are a gritty team. They just come out on the wrong end of some games.
Number 3 storyline this weekend.
Number 3, we are going with OU at A&M. The results of this matchup will determine a lot of rankings this weekend and where everyone finishes. I don't know if it's likely that A&M is going to beat OU, but if they do, there will be a lot of teams in contention. Florida could move up and take that title. Alabama could move up and take that title. So for the Seniors, they need to go into College Station and handle business, of course, behind the bat of Kendall Wells, and an offense that struggled for Texas A&M last weekend. They got 5 runs up against South Carolina, and Mike Perez had 3 of those RBIs. So they need that offense to really get going.
All right. How about your second storyline?
We're getting closer. What's it gonna be? Jocelyn Brisky. She is front runner in my opinion for SEC Pitcher of the Year. She's got 12 wins on the season. And when you think about her in the past, really has been an issue as she was a little bit younger. But this year she's got 90 Ks. So she was attacking that strike zone. I believe it's only 14 walks. You might have to double check me on that one, but 14 walks, much more in and around the zone. If she has a great weekend, I think she could lock that win up easily.
Not as many wins as some, like a Keegan Rothrock, but
well, they're tied for wins.
Are they tied now?
In SEC play.
Minuscule ERA and whip, Jocelyn Brisky, no question. Number 1 storyline of the weekend is what?
Dari's gonna love this one too.
Home run watch, let's go.
Home run watch. Kendall Wells, she is 2 away from tying. 1 away from tying, 2 from breaking the home run record. NCAA all-time single season. It's 37. Lauren Espinoza set that for Arizona. Kendall Wells, the freshman, I just don't understand, or I don't think people understand what she is doing at the level she is doing it, and at that age she is doing it makes it even more impressive. I've loved watching her in the box.
Not to mention the team with 169 homers, a new record, and they're hitting 401. And I only know this, I was looking this up today. What's the NCAA record for batting average by a team in a season? 407 by that same Arizona team that Laura Espinosa hit for in 1995.
They were a dynasty for a reason.
There you go. Great point. All right. Speaking of Kendall Wells, again, 1 home run for tying, 2 for breaking. But I want to know this. Why would you, and if you choose to, how would you pitch to that freshman? I mean, there's a freshman. We're not supposed to be talking about this by Dallas.
We should not. But we are.
That we are. Meanwhile, getting you closer to first pitch there in Austin, Arkansas, and Texas as we get you back in moments.
Sally, Mom, both of tulips that opinions wrong for the best ones. So Aaron asked go pilot.
We know whether you grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle. We got the perfect
Did we get the tiki bar?
and a bunch more. Oh yeah, and a 5-year price guarantee. So you can tip the scales in your favor. Switch to T-Mobile and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800.
You want salad and bread.
So what you gonna do? You're gonna take your favorite salad and you stuff it, yeah! Stuff it, yeah!
So they want
Stuff it, say stuff it, and make any salad stuffer. Use salad stuffers at Panera.
It's fun. If something's free, people just can't resist it. More baffling is that people turn down free money by not switching to Geico. Customers can save $900, you know.
We've never seen anything like Kendall Wells before. Numbers attached. Because when I watched Kendall, she gets her hands extended very well. That's why she's able to elevate those pitches, right? The more out in front you're able to contact the pitch, the more likely it is to go off, right? The deeper in zone, the closer to the ground that ball's going to be. She is too comfortable in that box, knowing that she's owning the air half of that plate. I want to see pitches where she gets clean on her hands and not in like, I'm scared to hit her hand. I want you to err on the side of a hit by pitch because you have to make her uncomfortable. You cannot let her feel confident as she steps in that box, and you do that by playing with the location of the pitch, playing with the speed of the pitch, but you cannot leave it close to the plate, right? Because she's showing you what she can do. But if you get it up and in, so if she's a righty and you get it up and in on her hands, that is pretty much the only spot on her heat map that is not blazing fire red, because it's one of the hardest ones to get to mechanically. So I personally would go up and in, maybe try to get her on her toes a little bit, and then try to get her to swing at something up in the zone. So
see if you can somehow erase that permanent smile that is affixed in an oh so comfortable face when she's in that.
Right, too comfortable.
She is. I mean, it's pretty darn clear, like how comfortable she is. But there's that whole line. Like, I mean, so you do have to, part of the reason you have to pitch to her sometimes is because now that last weekend Gabby Garcia didn't hit behind her, you had a freshman in Lexington who's still at 430 behind her. How do you do that?
You have to pick your poison, and I think that goes back to the question of why are you pitching to her? Well, because of the damage that can be dealt behind her, right? We've seen Gabby Garcia hit 2 in a game right behind her. We've seen Lexi McDaniel, Isabella Emmerling. Like, we have seen all these players go yard. So at the end of the day, you're almost testing and kind of betting that a freshman that has less experience might not show up in those big moments. But Kendall Wells has proven time and time again that when the lights are on, she's shining the brightest. And you know what they say about pressure. Pressure makes diamonds.
That's right.
And Kendall Wells is showing up as the diamond of the season.
Unreal. That game again, Oklahoma at A&M. Coming up, our nightcap, 9 Eastern, 8 Central tonight after Texas and Arkansas. And I should also say this, those of you who are joining us, if Texas and Arkansas is going long and Kendall Wells comes to the plate, we will cut in and show you Kendall Wells at bat. You will not miss it right here
on
the SEC Network. And neither
I'm watching.
We will not miss it either. Make no mistake. Okay. How about what happening right
favorite part of the process is the exploration. That is a thing of sheer beauty. We seek out commodities. Finding venues with the best in the world to showcase what they do. And for us, it's by any means necessary. It's so imperative to have the right equipment. That's GMC's DNA. Professional grade.
You can save on auto insurance or find a local agent and get started today. Go with the home team. Go with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Bulldog fans, are you looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Look no further. Pearl River Resort in Choctaw, Mississippi offers the experience of a lifetime. World-class entertainment, unique shopping, and the ultimate in fine dining. And if that's not enough, hit the links at the world-renowned Azaleas and Oaks courses at Dancing Rabbit Golf Club and complete your stay in luxurious relaxation at the spa. Your exhilarating weekend awaits only at Pearl River Resort, where you'll be at the center of it all. Must be 21 or older.
Welcome back in the Bulldog Student Sports Network on Learfield. I'm Ty Goldman alongside you here as we are on the road in Oxford for a three-game set between two rivals from the state of Mississippi, the Ole Miss Rebels and your Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Just about set for first pitch here in Starkville. So let's get started with the starting lineups. First, for the Mississippi State Bulldogs, 36 and